Hey, hold on. Hold. Bag up, Terry. Put in reverse, Terry. Put in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. What you doing, Terry?
Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner football fans podcast. You got Terry and Rob here. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
And we are coming at you from the still corona-free Podcast Palace in beautiful Norman, Oklahoma.
Where we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left.
That's right.
And Oklahoma is coming off of a blockbuster win last week over the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Great game.
62-28.
I wish we wouldn't have let them score that much.
Yeah. I mean, I put out on Twitter that we lost the fourth quarter again.
Yeah, we did.
Got beat 14-7 in the fourth quarter.
Luckily, we have a good enough lead, though.
Yeah. Good Lord, we scored 27 points in the second quarter.
Yep.
But before we get started, remember, everybody, we do have a giveaway that we're going to be giving or doing shortly, not on this podcast, but we're going to be giving away a personalized autographed book from Toby Rowland, the voice of the Sooners, Unhitched the Wagon, the story of Boomer and Sooner.
Came over and fist bumped me last night. Just wanted you to know, since you weren't there yet.
Did he ask where I was at?
No.
Really? Didn't ask? Man, I'm hurt.
He came over and it was early. So I still thought you were coming at that point.
No.
He came over and said, "How's it going, man?" I said, "Oh, good, Toby."
So cool. We're on first name basis.
First name basis with T-Row.
Yeah. Well,
however, when Teddy came in, he just kind of looked over at me like.
Teddy. It's not that he's not friendly. Teddy just doesn't want to talk to anybody. I mean, he walks in and walks straight to the desk, and when it's over, he packs up his little case.
He's gone
and out the door.
Yeah.
So, but no, I wasn't able to make it last night. I fell a little bit behind because of voting, and then I really didn't feel real good, man. It must be the ice. I must be allergic to ice because my sinuses have been jacked up since this ice storm last week. But, and yesterday they were bad. And so I thought, even after I told you I wasn't coming, I thought, I'd go ahead and go. And I thought, nah, I think I'm just going to stay here. My head was about to explode. But I'm all better now. But anyway, we are giving away a copy. And right now, you can go and order shirts. Now, the ones like Rob and I have, the big Unhitch the Wagons, they're expecting them in about 2 weeks. Okay, so you can't order them until they come in. They do have the Unhitch the Wagon pocket tees that you can order online. And you can also order an autographed copy of the book online. It's at www.unhitchthewagons.com. for your official T-Row stuff. And I was listening to his show the other day. Apparently, they've gone after a couple of those places that tried to sell that shirt, knockoffs of that shirt the university has. Yeah, that
good.
Because if you ask on Twitter, where do I get that shirt? All of a sudden, there's all these, Susie and Bob and Larry and Gail and stuff that buy it here. They just go to those sites and make that shirt real quick. And some people have said they ordered it from him, but I heard T-Row on a show the other morning say that they've gotten the university after some of those folks because it's an official licensed product.
Official license, that's right.
So is the book, but you can also order his book. It's an autographed copy, and you can also find it at Homeland stores. I know that, and Love stores now, travel stops, and you can order it on Barnes & Noble and Amazon if you don't live in Oklahoma. But it's a great book. It would be a great Christmas present for really any Sooner fan.
And a little caveat here, you got to have the T-shirt to get the book.
Yeah, to win
our book.
Yeah, to win. You got to have the T-shirt. So we're waiting on some more T-shirts.
Special inscription.
Yeah, a special personalized note from Toby Rowland. So, but we'll have that. We'll have more details coming up. But they will be getting more shirts in. I talked to him today, and he's going to be, he said it should be about 2 weeks, and he'd let me know, and I'll let everybody know when they drop.
Yeah. So, and if you don't win that one, you should come out to the coaches show with me and Terry.
Yeah.
You can buy one, and he'll sign it right there for you.
Yep. He will. He always has them there at the coaches show.
Yeah. Toby's very personable, very super, super nice guy.
And so is Teddy. If you ask
Oh, yeah.
Teddy anything,
Oh,
he'll
sure,
talk to you.
yeah.
But he's in a hurry, so he's a busy man.
Well, he doesn't give off the I just want to talk to you and see, just chit chat with you. Toby does, or Teddy does not give that vibe.
Have you seen the Flasher video?
No. There's the video is out. See, I started to ask that question last night. In fact, I was going to say, "Hey T-Row, write it down for. Hey T-Row, this question is for you. If a buddy sees something that you probably would be interested in, wouldn't it behoove him to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, look at that"? I didn't, but
yeah, there's a video. You can see her, but you can't see her. She's 2 suites down.
Okay.
And
the story is hilarious, though. By the way,
you see, a guy is sitting there and knocks on the door, and Teddy's standing up and looks down, and he points over there, and then he looks up, and you can see, and then he just turns around grinning.
He's living a rough life.
Yeah,
and
we have that
poor guy.
We have that problem every now and
Well,
then.
yeah.
Guys girls flash.
Alrighty, that's a Freudian slip right there.
No, but yeah, we have that problem. Strange women coming up, and
Well, yeah, I mean, we're famous.
If would you sign somebody's boob if they ask you to, Rob?
With a pen, or I mean, what are we talking about here? Because I mean, am I tattooing that on there? Because I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but signing somebody's boob, you'd be okay with butt cheek.
I think probably I would be all right with that. I mean, there's probably an age demographic that I want to stay away from.
Well, true.
Or between, actually. Between,
yeah.
Like 21 to,
21 to 25, is that it?
I don't know. You could be pushing 50 probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so... but anyway, let's get back onto we didn't do a podcast last week because of the ice storm, and I had power here at the Palace, but I kept having brownouts all last week, so I thought, I would lose internet connection and things that kind of flicker, so I just thought, probably shouldn't do one. But Oklahoma handily beats TCU 2 weeks ago, 33-14, and lost the fourth quarter 7-6. I'm stuck on that.
You're going to be watching that fourth quarter stat line now. Yeah.
The biggest difference I saw in Saturday's game than I've seen all year long was it seemed like none of the team took their foot off the gas.
Oh, I agree.
It was completely different than when we were up 21-7 in the first quarter. It was like, we turned around and scored 27 more points.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, do you attribute any of that to we're just getting better? They're gelling. They're playing better. They're playing better as a team.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I mean, I attribute it to some that I think they came into this season with a little bit of a big head. I think one of the hardest things that Lincoln Riley and I think that Bob did towards the end is getting them readjusted. But I think, Lincoln is getting these superstar athletes, these 4 and 5 star skilled position players. Mm-hmm. And it's going to their head. It's we're Oklahoma. We're going to walk in here, and we've got all the talent. You guys got 2 stars. We're just going to talent alone. We're going to beat you, and that doesn't always happen.
Well, it should, but it doesn't.
Yeah. But Oklahoma. And I wasn't comfortable in that game going in. Because Tech came from 21 points behind to tie up Texas.
Right.
So.
Well, they're not bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're not a bad football team. You got to play to beat them, and we certainly did.
Yeah.
And in fact, offensively, Terry, I think we could have scored 80 or 90 points on them. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean it. I think the biggest what was the biggest change that you saw in the team?
Running back. Really?
You think?
I think.
You think Ramonde Stevenson had that much effect on this offense?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think that it was the catalyst for everything because you're not bringing him down one-on-one.
Yeah.
So they had to devote some guys.
Dude, when you could see when he came out on the field, it was like, holy cow, there is a man in the backfield now.
He is a hoss.
Yeah.
You seen what happened with the stiff arms.
Yeah.
I mean, he just shoved those guys down like they weren't even there. It wasn't like it was a big, but there was it didn't slow him down at all.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest change. But I think the second biggest one, and this is going to sound, probably everybody's been talking about it, but just the fact that Ronnie Perkins is on the field, now the entire defensive line, it eases up everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Because a big boy in the middle, Perrion, was getting doubles, and now they can't do that.
Yeah.
So everybody, we're getting full pressure on the quarterback without a blitz. Did you see how many times we blitzed?
Oh, yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Well, and, let's just say, let's look at the TCU game. Oklahoma had 166 yards rushing. Let me go.
They were back there and disruptive. Now Texas Tech, and TCU for that matter, they did a decent job of getting what they could when they could. I think.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look here, but Oklahoma, like I said, had 166 yards rushing against TCU, and against Texas Tech, they had 213. Of those 213 yards, Stevenson was 87 of them, and he carried the ball 13 times, and he could have played twice that much.
Sure.
I think, but he had 87 yards. He averaged like 6 some odd yards a carry,
which is better than our season average.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to say that that's an impact right there.
Yeah, and he scored 3 touchdowns. That's the first time he carried the ball. He scored a touchdown, like a 7-yard TD run.
And he wasn't going to be denied.
Yeah. So, it was obvious that we needed that guy in the backfield.
I think so, yeah.
I love McGowan. I think he has a lot behind him, but he's got to put some meat on himself.
Well, I seen McGowan today. I'm telling you, he's an impressive young man.
Yeah.
I seen him, without pads on.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be a good one. I'm just telling you, he's gonna be a big, strong back for us, and he's quick too. So,
what do you think the chances of Stevenson coming back next year?
I think they're pretty good because, in order to get the money in the pros, you got to have a full season of statistics behind him.
Yeah.
And he's coming off of, kind of a black mark on his record a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Broke NCAA rules by, doing whatever. But he's only got one game now of statistics behind him. And at the end of the year, is that going to be enough? What he's got left, is he going to be able to show, the pros enough that they're going to take him for big money? I think if he comes back and he's, he could be a Heisman contender next year. Typically, we don't give a single running back enough carries for him to show out, well, like Clemson. They're giving ETN gives all the carries, really.
Yeah.
And
Oklahoma has been for years, and under Lincoln Riley's offense, it's a
running back by committee.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know why Stevenson didn't play more, because he was obviously the more dominant of the backs. So I don't know if that was maybe part of a lingering punishment. Or maybe. Well, I know I'm not going to say that, because the guy's been working out. They all got to work out, while they were.
And
suspended.
a little bit of it is just being real with Pledger. Pledger didn't get in trouble.
Yeah,
he did what he was supposed to do. Let's reward him a little bit and let him carry some. But it's clear that Ramondre is the back.
No, 6.7 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns. McGowan was 5.8. Pledger averaged 2.7 yards per carry. But that all in all, it was a great offensive performance. I think the backups gave up some scores in the fourth quarter.
Let's talk about Rattler for a minute.
Okay.
The throws that he made, I'm telling you, that kid is big time.
Yeah, 21 of 30, 288 yards.
Yeah, but 2 of those were touchdown drops. Just ugly drops.
Yeah. 9.6 yard average. No interceptions is the big thing.
No interceptions.
And
so he's getting better too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. More confident. And I think that's a lot that David Lincoln has said about Spencer is that each game, managing the game, just being in that element is. He's got all the tools to do everything you need him to do.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to have the confidence, not necessarily I think he's got the confidence, but the knowledge of what he's doing and to do it calmly and effectively.
He's getting it, man.
Yeah.
He's getting it. Right now, I think they're calling him the third best quarterback in the country.
Yeah,
which I think is pretty high praise. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there this year.
But
so as a redshirt freshman, or is he a redshirt sophomore? I can't remember.
Redshirt freshman.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Well, maybe he didn't play enough last year to lose his red shirt. So,
but I mean, I know he's hitting some wide open receivers, and those are good.
Yeah,
I love to see those. But he's also throwing some balls in some tight windows.
Yeah, he's throwing some dimes out.
Yeah, like some a real experienced quarterback can do.
Yeah.
So
making good decisions with the ball.
I'm happy with Rattler. I'll be honest with you.
So, what are your thoughts on our number 26th ranked defense?
Getting better. They're getting better. I mean, it was a little shaky early, right? We were, Brock Purdy comes in and, kind of toasts us up a little bit. Toasted Buki, but Buki's getting better. The defensive backfield's getting better.
I was listening, again, to T-Row, and I got to thinking when I heard him say it, I was like, I don't think did anybody call Buki's name on Saturday night?
I don't know, but he led the team in tackles, didn't he? No, he didn't.
No, I don't think he played that.
He did in TCU, but
yeah. Let's see here. Defense. He had one tackle.
One tackle. Right?
One tackle.
Okay, so maybe he didn't play all that much.
I don't think he played all that much.
Well, whatever they did back there, I think it worked pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, those receivers were covered up. I mean, they had a little bit of success, but, everybody's going to have a little bit of success.
Yeah.
Right? I think they did really well, but the most impressive thing on the defense right now is the defensive line.
Yeah.
I think without question.
Yeah. And like I said, with, Perkins back, it's just.
yeah, they're nasty. Those guys are nasty up front. But, Norwood got a lot of playing time.
Yeah.
Right? And Trey Brown, I mean, those guys are really playing good football right now. So we went from a team that we were like, are we going to win another game, to who's going to beat us?
Right.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, the last two games.
Yeah, the last two games has been what we expected at Kansas State and moving forward.
Right?
I hope I'm able to stay in this room now.
Me too. Me too.
But
because it'd be awkward because you're running the show.
Yeah. I'm just going to get up and walk out if I have to. Yeah, y'all didn't hear the sound effects, so we'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, and like you said, our defensive front pretty much just did what they wanted to their offensive front.
Well, and you've seen all the pressure. That literally was most of that was non-blitz defensive plays, or it's what it looked like to me. I'm not Coach Riley or anything, but
and just they had, let's see, Tech passing, but I don't even go over their stats because most of it came in the second half when it was
Yeah. Well, what you don't hear a lot of, and that's what's going on with the linebackers. I mean, I guess they're playing adequately, but I just don't. I mean, I don't think any of them have been the leading tackler.
Mm-mm.
It's always been somebody in the secondary.
Yeah.
Which I did notice that some of those running lanes, they were overrunning them still.
Yeah.
You remember how we were doing that one time?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So hopefully, if those guys starts clicking with them and they get better, man, that defense could be good.
Yeah, Brian Asamoah, he was the where'd he go? He had five tackles, 4 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Trey Brown had 6 tackles, 5 solos, 2 pass breakups, and it kind of went down from there. Perkins had 3, all of his were solo, 2 tackles for loss. QB hurry. Nick Benito had 2 tackles, half a sack, 1.5 tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback hurries. So, Aguebu, 2 tackles, 1 solo, one quarterback hurried. I thought we had some. Where are the sacks at? Oh, there they are. 1.5. We had more than 2 sacks. We had 4 quarterback hurries, I guess. Yeah, seemed like a lot more than that.
Well, he was all over the place. So.
Yeah. We had 9 tackles for loss, so that's a good.
How are you feeling about the some of the play calling? Did you ever sit back and go, "What is he thinking right here?" I don't.
Not in this game. Other games, yes. The Texas game, I did. Every game except this one, I can't think of going what, because there was no razzle-dazzle, trickamaroo.
Right, we didn't need it.
Yeah, well, we didn't need it in a lot of games, but he ran it.
Well, that's true.
I think sometimes Lincoln runs it just to run it. Just to make people think.
Yeah, just because we can.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the reverse play to Mikey Henderson?
Liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
It's not a play that you figure that we're going to run down there with obviously he's probably not nearly as fast as the backs, so you wouldn't think we would give him the ball there, but
no,
I liked it. I was like, oh, good, that was smart.
Yeah.
The reason I brought that up is because a lot of times I'm like, well, this is going to be the, what's that play called? The option. It's like an RPO kind of a play.
Yeah.
And we run that a lot. He's reading obviously those defensive ends or whatever, and if they stay, we're giving. If they come, we're throwing. Which, I mean, it's effective and it works. But if I can sit here at home and go, this is going to be the beer option or whatever, and then it is, how better are the coaches on the other sideline going to go? I wonder if he's going to run that.
Rob, they're not as smart as you. Come on.
Well, okay. Or it's good looking, but hey, I got
Hey, have you watched my Steelers at all?
I have not watched an NFL game all year long.
Right. Well, the Steelers beat the Ravens, undefeated. Still only undefeated team in the NFL left.
Only undefeated team.
Mm-hmm. But
are we talking 72 Dolphins undefeated?
I'm not going to say that.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I never say that. But what's the boy's name from their quarterback just went blank from Louisville for the Ravens.
Yeah. Jared.
No.
Gerard. No.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, they run that zone read.
Yeah.
And, basically the Steelers made him give it every time because T.J. Watt on one side or the linebacker on the other side didn't even look at the fake handoff or the handoff. They went straight back to him, tackle him a couple times, even to the point where he was running from them after he would hand off. He'd turn around, take off, run because they were hitting him.
I'd run from J.J. Watt. I mean, that's just smart football in my opinion.
But, I got to throw out there, too, that my Steelers put a butt kicking on the Baker Browns.
The Baker Browns?
The Baker Browns.
Are you real popular for doing that?
I'm at this point, I don't care.
Oh.
Okay, and I want to explain, everybody who's listened to this podcast, y'all know me. Okay.
He hates Baker.
No, I don't hate Baker.
Baker hater.
I love Baker. I hate the Browns.
Ah.
And I just want to put it this way, that for those of y'all wondering, okay, I very rarely say anything and talk smack, but, there were some things that got said on Twitter the other day that I'm not sorry about, or last week.
See, he hates Baker, and he's not sorry about it, folks.
But this is going to offend probably some of the people out there that are Browns fans, and that's fine that you become a Baker Browns fan. But people say things like, I hate Steelers fans now. Steelers fans are this and this. Okay, you got to understand, the Steelers are like the Sooners, okay? We've been there, done that, not just once, but over decades, okay? This is a blue blood pro team, if you would say so. You know what I mean? Correct?
Are there really blue bloods in the pros?
There's not, but the equivalent.
Okay, right.
There's
royalty, maybe?
Yeah, royalty.
Well,
there's the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Packers.
I'm glad you recognize the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, they at one point in time they were good. They suck now, but my point being is that what you need to understand to true Steelers fans like myself, okay, Browns fans are just like Oklahoma State fans. You've never won. Browns fans have never. The Browns have never won anything.
You're the guy that carries the pot for the king to piss in, right?
Right.
That's you, Browns fans.
Yeah.
That's at Terry Long, 5150.
Yeah, you can at me because it's true. That's Browns fans always complain. There's always,
Listen.
They hate the Steelers. Steelers are always talking this. And, well, yeah, you haven't won one. Well, Browns have never won one. They
won one in 19 never.
All right. They probably never will win one.
Oh, never?
Never. Oh, come on, Rob. The Super Bowl era, they haven't even sniffed the crotch of a Super Bowl. Okay?
That's not a good visual for me, Terry. I don't know where you're going with that.
But that's what. Okay, if you see me get upset with somebody in Twitter and I lash out because I run our Twitter account, Sooner Football Fans Twitter account. That's how I feel when I can only take so much of a Browns fan, whether it's a new, what I call a Baker Brown fan, or a true Cleveland Brown fan that's been a fan for their whole life.
Those are the people that live in Cleveland,
right?
By the way.
Yeah. But Cleveland Brown fans are the Oklahoma State fans of the NFL. They've never won anything. They always complain. It's always somebody else's fault. Da 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 da. If you go and look at Oklahoma State fans' tweets after Oklahoma beats them, and then go read Cleveland Browns tweets after they lose every week, pretty much, it's the same thing.
Now, aren't they 6-2 or 5-2?
I don't care what they are.
They got a shot. So what you need to say is name me one.
No, they don't.
Hall of Famer that played on the Browns team. Can you?
No.
Can you name one Hall of Famer that played for the Cleveland Browns?
No, I cannot. Maybe the coach, whatever his name was, Mr. Brown. Maybe he's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. I honestly cannot. I know they had a pretty famous running back there for a while, but I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I don't. Is Bernie Kosar? Is he in the Hall of Fame? He was a good quarterback.
He played all over the place. Can you call him a Brown?
Well, he started at the Browns.
I mean, if I say the word name, Mean Joe Green,
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Immediately you think
Ed Too Tall Jones.
Right. Is there anybody that you can say that with the Cleveland Browns?
No.
And I'm not trying to dog Browns fans. I mean,
yes, you are. No. Don't start backing up. Now you're dogging fans, Rob. At Big Rob.
Right? If you love the Browns, more power to you. I mean, if you love the Oklahoma State Cowboys, it's okay. We'll get you some help.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Browns fans, oh, my God.
Good God, what is John Daly look?
Have you seen John Daly's outfit? Lord have mercy.
We got it on the Golf Channel here, and John Daly is sporting his jet white gray hair. And
I hope that he's getting paid to wear that.
Oh, my Lord, and loud pants. Best finish time. I guess he's getting ready to play. Oh, by the way, Rob, I got us tee times for Saturday and Sunday. Oh, wait. You can't play on Saturday.
Listen, Terry, I hate you. Okay? All right. I hope that's perfectly clear. If not, I can say it again.
Yeah, I have tee times. I have tea time. What are you be doing at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, Rob?
I will
hauling ice.
I don't actually haul it, but I'll be watching somebody haul it. Dude, he still has the longest backswing, yeah. John Daly. Oh my!
And he does it with his.
He does it with everything.
With a sandwich.
I think he does it with the putter. Look at his caddy's even got those funky shorts on. Wow.
His glasses are crooked.
You gotta love John Daly, though.
Oh yeah.
You?
Well, you saw that barefoot hole in one he had a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But
yeah, I read his book, so that he actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had an interesting life, if nothing else, right? He's like Salome, Texas, guy,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Driving the range of Salome, Texas.
Yeah, and just, I mean.
Cinderella story.
Yeah, that's what it was. He just came out of nowhere, won the Open. And
won the 1992 British, and now can play there
I'm pretty sure he was drunk that whole.
I'm sure he
was.
That
in the British, I mean.
Do you remember when he first hit the tour, though? I mean, everybody's like, oh, my gosh, who's this guy driving at 290? Yeah. Now 290 is a 3-wood.
You know what I'm true.
All right?
No, it's like a 7-iron.
Well, for Bryson, it is. But
yeah,
I'd be lucky to hit a driver 290.
The thing that shocked me is that Daly didn't win more British Opens.
Yeah?
Because the course is so wide open.
Well,
you know what I mean? Have you ever seen a British Open with trees?
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of trees up, but they got plenty of rough.
Yeah, but it just seems to me that it would fit his game, a guy that can hit it so far. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why I'm a 15 handicap and not on the Pro Tour.
You probably.
But, yeah, I watched some ladies golf the other day.
Yeah.
Sitting here at work, because I do work from home now. Got my little office here. It was quite enjoyable. They're kind of fit.
They're what?
They're kind of fit.
Oh. So you were watching the golf? Or
Yeah, and
because how does fit line up with golf? I don't know.
I mean, they're athletic. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
They look athletic.
All right.
It's actually, better than watching the men's game.
Is it though?
Well, some of the views are pretty good.
Okay.
Just saying. But look. Okay, what was the lady's name that played in the one men's tournament?
Michelle Wee?
Annika
Sorensen?
Yeah, didn't she?
No.
Didn't she play?
No, it was Michelle Wee, wasn't it?
She did too, but I think Sorensen played in one too.
Sorensen. I almost want to say that's a tennis player, but it ain't, is it? I don't know.
Let me Google it on.
Yeah,
up.
but they got smoked, right?
Well, yeah, but they were.
I mean, that Michelle Wee chick, she was hitting at 300 yards though. But I can't imagine trying to play against a guy that's hitting his 7-iron 190, which that's not me, by the way. When 190 to her is a 5-wood, right?
Yeah.
So that's just not fair. I mean, she had to hit from the tips, right? She didn't get to go from the reds.
No, she played from the men's.
Yeah, well, she had to. If you're going to play on the tour, you got to play by their rules. So not like the Marines,
Well, she wasn't the first. The first woman to play in a men's golf tournament was Babe Didrikson Zaharias.
Mm-hmm. Big old girl, wasn't she? Yeah, I remember.
She played in 1935, Rob. I don't think you remember.
I've seen the picture though. She's a big girl, right? She's Hoss.
Probably. Let me go here to pictures. I want
to say she was like 6 foot, 300 and something pounds, but I don't know. Anyway, they shouldn't let the girls play with the guys. I mean, yeah, are girls good golfers? Yeah, they can be great golfers. I mean, some of them girls can really play. But come on, they just can't, they just can't keep up with the distance.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if the guys are hitting 7-irons in and you're hitting a 5-wood, that's just not real fair to them.
Yeah, she's rough looking, Rob.
Yeah, I told you. I've seen a picture of her.
Annika Sorensen.
Mm-hmm.
She
played in the Memorial, didn't she?
Or
was that I can't remember.
She played in the 2003 Colonial in Fort Worth, Texas.
Colonial, that's right.
Yeah, but Annika was.
Yeah, she had a high fastball.
Yeah, yes, she did.
Yeah.
Then Susan Whaley, I don't know who she is, and Michelle Wee. She played
none of them made cut though.
She played in 8 PGA Tour events.
I did not realize it was that many. Did she ever make the cut?
In her first try at the 2004 Sony Open in Hawaii, the 14-year-old Wee shot even par.
Wow.
14 years old.
14. That's redonk. And I think at 14 she was hitting at 300 yards.
Yeah.
So
she tried to qualify for the 2006 Men's Open at age 16. She shot 68 in the first round of a qualifying tournament, but soared to 75 in the second round.
That is stupid. I mean, that's from the tips on a PGA course, Terry.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think we'd shoot on from the tips?
Well, you saw what we did the one time we tried it.
Well, it didn't work out real well, did it?
Well, now let's say we're going to be honest here. It was a windy day.
It was super windy.
We picked the wrong day to play from the blacks. That's for sure.
Yeah, because the par 5, neither one of us made it across the water.
Yeah,
from the tee box.
That was a par 4.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it is a par 4.
Yeah, and there was a 30-mile-an-hour headwind, and I'm standing on that tee box going, Rob, I don't think I can get it that far. That's a long way.
Yep.
But let's see. in the first round during Annika Sorensen, where she tied for first in driving accuracy, but was 84th in driving distance, averaging 269 yards.
269 average.
That's not bad.
Well, not for a chick. I mean, I don't mean any disrespect from that, but
Well, I mean, but Rob, come on, you don't hit it 300, 350 consistently.
no, I don't. I'm talking about pros.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, for me that would be good if I averaged 269. But the pros,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, seriously, I was watching that deal with Kevin Kisner where he's playing those 4 shankers, and I mean, you know, he's putting it out there 300 every time, and he's not a big pro.
Yeah.
So,
Why can't we ever get into something like that?
man, that would be so nice.
Cool.
Those 4 guys got to play Pinehurst with Kevin Kisner, and I it was for charity, but still,
Yeah, or to
man, that'd be nice.
or to get to have Tiger in your foursome or Phil.
See, they don't want to play with us though, right? They don't want to play. They might play against us, but they don't want to play with us.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
because I mean, they never use our ball, but
well, true. Well, now like in the Tiger Phil Challenge when they had.
they had to, yeah.
Yeah, they but it was. They had to use what was it? They had to use like a 5-iron off of one tee box off the par 5s.
Oh, so that's a one club. So they had to use 5-iron.
No. On that challenge when they had Peyton Manning and Tom Brady on the par 5s, they had to hit like a 5-iron to at least make them, which they ended up using. I think their 5-iron shots because Peyton and Tom couldn't hit the fairways, but.
Yeah. Just think how it would be if we went out there. I'd have to say, hey, listen, I get unlimited mulligans.
Yeah, unlimited mulligans. I think they should change the name from mulligans to dammits. I need a dammit on that hole. Do we want to talk about Oklahoma and Kansas?
Sure, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Well, I don't even know anything about Kansas except what?
That they lost Puka.
And
they beat Texas.
Yeah, they beat.
You remember that time?
Yeah, you remember that time? Yeah.
So honestly, Ramondre could get close to Samaje's single game record if they wanted him to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they're just terrible. Kansas is.
They're bad.
So this is a win. And probably instead of talking about Kansas, let's talk about Oklahoma winning the Big 12.
Okay.
Do we have a chance?
I think so, but I don't think it's like everybody else is saying. Everybody else is saying it's going to be Oklahoma, Texas. I honestly think Oklahoma State is better than Texas.
Yeah.
Even though they lost to them.
Yeah.
They were running that game. And they had 5 turnovers.
Yeah. You take those 5 turnovers out. Yeah.
If they take those away, they smoke Texas up, I think.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma State's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. We needed the Longhorns to beat the Pokes, just to, make sure that when we beat them, we've got the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
K-State's lost 2 games, right?
Yep. Yeah. Kansas State, they're gonna be out. Their quarterback's
gone.
Yeah. They're. It's between Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma State, and
Iowa State.
Yeah.
And it's still, there's still a lot that has to be done. Oklahoma has got the tiebreaker between Texas.
Yep.
Oklahoma will have the tiebreaker against Oklahoma State, I think. Let's face it, if Iowa State can lose 3 games, which they've only lost 1 right now, right?
Right.
So
Oklahoma State, right?
If Texas can beat them and somebody else jump up, West Virginia, is starting to play a little bit better.
West Virginia's pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe they can knock them off. But do we want to be – basically we're wanting to get into the Big 12 championship like we've got into the playoffs the last 3 years, backdooring it.
Right. I don't care how we get in.
You don't care. So, and then, all the bowl predictions are is that Oklahoma will play A&M in the Cotton Bowl. bring that one on.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play Texas A&M.
But question on this, Rob. Do you think if Oklahoma doesn't lose to Kansas State and Iowa State that we would be ranked number 3 right now?
Yep.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even if we just beat them by a point and looked as bad as we did?
I don't know about that because they love them some Ohio State and whoever else. But if we would have played those people like we're playing, like we just played Texas Tech, then yeah, without a doubt.
Do you think we would deserve to be there?
Yeah, absolutely. If we're undefeated?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Clemson almost went down to BC.
Yeah.
And BC is terrible.
Well, but they didn't have Trevor.
I don't care.
They should be able to put you out there and play quarterback.
Boston College put 35 points on them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and they're bad.
Yeah.
So,
I think this is the hole I was telling you about, Rob. If they would, this is what happens when we have the Golf Channel on.
Yeah.
During the podcast, we see stuff on golf and.
But I tell you who's not bad: Alabama. Alabama's not bad.
Yeah, Alabama.
They're solid. They're going to be solid always, probably. At least as long as Nick Saban's there, they're going to be solid.
Yeah. But, so we've got Kansas left, Oklahoma State,
West Virginia,
and Baylor,
and Baylor. Yep.
And so, let me look here. When are those games? Are we all at home from now on?
So we got home against Kansas. We're off. We're home against Oklahoma State. Then we are at West Virginia and then Baylor at home, right?
Okay. I think so.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So how are the concessions looking for this weekend's game? You all stocked up?
I wouldn't eat out of them, but nah, we're pretty much ready to go.
You got your mask your company mask ready to go?
Yeah.
Anything exciting happening behind the scenes up there?
Nope, not really. Nope.
No. Is it harder to order for 25,000 or 100,000?
So for me, it really doesn't matter with the quantities because all the paperwork, I do all the paperwork. And so even if you're buying, $250,000 worth of food versus, $80,000, it's still the same amount of paperwork for me. People don't get that. They're like, well, we're only doing 25%. Yeah. I'm going to give you double birds right here. But, but it's easier on my team because, we're only stocking so many stands.
Yeah.
One good thing, though, with this COVID thing, because, I hate COVID. And anything that to do with Corona, hate it. Hate, double hate. Loathe entirely, right? But the one good thing that's coming out of it is cocoa. So cocoa, hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So for me and my team, it's a nightmare.
Hot chocolate
because we got to bring those big you probably don't know you don't see the behind the scenes, but we got these big 5-gallon Cambros that we bring in, and we got a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got to put the hot water in, and then we got to mix it. And if you've seen how we did it, you probably wouldn't drink it. But we mix it with these big drills with these big paddles and stuff on the end of it, and it's just a nightmare for us to do. Because 5 gallons of liquid is heavy. Yeah. And so it takes 2 of them. They're splashing all over the place, and I'm cussing. And anyway, so this year, all we have to do is fill the Cambros with hot water, and then we're going to give you a package.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's a whole lot better. Of course, this game, it's not going to be cold enough. We only have to do cocoa if the temperature gets under 50 degrees. 50 or above, no hot chocolate.
No, and it's going to be 75 this Saturday, and that's why I'm playing golf on Saturday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Sunday, by the way. You might be able to come out on Sunday.
No, I'll be at the stadium.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Why do you got to be at the stadium on Sunday?
Because all the
It's
coaches
only-
and everybody park under there.
Yeah.
So we put out portables and stuff all over the stadium. So my team is responsible for getting all that up off the. And since I'm, the boss, I've got to go in and make sure they're,
So you got to make sure the coaches have somewhere to park.
everybody that parks in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to make sure my team's not raping and pillaging. So, right? So,
yeah. Well, I think next week is supposed to be kind of chilly and nasty. So you're probably not going to get to play golf that weekend either, Rob.
of course.
Anyway,
I did go out and hit a bucket though the other day.
Did you?
At Westwood?
Did you?
It was not pretty.
Why?
I don't know. My swing is like an unfolded lawn chair. I don't know. For about 3 solid weeks now, Terry, I have not been able to hit a golf ball straight.
Okay, y'all got to understand when Rob hits the ball, he hits it 1.5 miles. Okay. And we, neither one of us know enough about golf to coach each other. We'll try every now and then.
I think you're soonating when you should. You're pinating when you should be supinating.
Yeah. But like I told you, you're picking up your left foot. When you start your downswing, it looks like somebody pushes you in the chest. Your left, it's almost like a baseball swing, except your leg just straight.
Yeah.
And me, my whole life I've had a nasty, slice, and now all of a sudden I've decided that I can hit a
pro draw.
Well, no, but not just that, but what the hook. I mean, just the terrible, 10 feet out and break to the left. But I've never hit one of those in my life. But
so what's funny is during the summer, you and I were playing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we'd go out there and we'd shoot low 80s, and I broke 80 a couple of times, shot 78, 77 once, 73 or 4 once, twice. And now I probably am not even breaking 90.
I quit keeping score the other day. One, because I was tired from dragging the cart, because the course was open, but they weren't allowing carts because there was tree limbs down everywhere. And there was a lot of water still on the course, so they said you can play, but you got to walk. So me and Rob walked. What did we make it? 13?
13. Before I was like, I'm done.
Back was hurting, and y'all got to understand, we take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen when we start, and at the turn.
Sometimes when we get home, don't judge us.
And when I was glad that you said, I'm done, because I wasn't going to be that guy.
I've got no shame. No shame.
Because my back was hurting so bad from dragging that pull cart around. It was like, golly. But I went out and played Sunday, tried to push it around, and it was a little bit better, but still, 7 holes into it, 6, my back started, It's hell getting old, ain't it?
So when we go out like that now, we're just focusing on the one hole that we play well.
Yeah.
That par 5 17.
Yeah, it's the one hole that brings us back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That par 5, I hit driver, 7 iron. I was on the green.
Yeah. Well, and then there's,
of course I missed the birdie putt.
Yeah.
Or the eagle putt. I made the birdie.
Yeah,
I made
the birdie. Yeah. And Rob actually came out and said, what I do with this putt, his eagle putt, is what our defense is going to look like. and he missed it.
Terry goes, "Don't you put that on me or on our defense?" And I definitely missed that, but it was close.
Yeah. But, 17 and 18. 18 is the birdie hole of the course, because I don't know why, you've driven the green before. You drove it over the green before.
One time, and it was pure luck.
Yeah, but usually we're within about 50, 60 yards of the green on that hole.
Yeah.
We should birdie it every time.
Should.
But
it's only 341 yards. We should birdie it every time.
Yeah,
Should be able to hit 3 wood.
What do we end up doing? We end up chipping up into the sand traps, because it has 2 of the biggest sand traps in the world around it.
Definitely is guarded by some sand.
But, no. But, yeah, I mean, me and Rob, like I said, I'm the same way. It was about 3 weeks ago. I mean, I was playing really good, and I shot that, I told you that 82, and, I had 2 chip-ins for birdies. I had some double bogeys. I had 1 triple bogey, but I hit the ball well, putted well pretty much, and ever since then, and I think it's like I told you, I think part of our problem is that we get to where we're playing well, and then we start doing things that we have no business trying to do. You know what I mean?
I read a deal the other day. Why can I not hit a fairway that's 3 acres wide, but I can hit a twig that's no bigger around than my finger and knock the ball straight down? I don't know. I can do that though.
Yeah, I mean, because you start trying to tweak your game, to do some other things, and I just got to quit doing that. I need to reserve the fact that I just want to hit the ball straight, and I've said this all the time, but I just want to hit it straight and shoot, par and bogeys. That's it. That's all I ask. I don't
occasional birdie.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
ask.
A shot at an eagle every now and then.
But what ends up happening is I start playing good, and then all of a sudden I start trying to, let me see if I can put backspin on the ball. Let me see if I, I want to draw this one. I just need to.
You know what probably hurts me sometimes is that every time I get on the par 3 hole, what do I say?
Which one?
I say you might better watch because I'm about to hit a hole in one.
Yeah, hole in one. Yeah,
and I never do.
Yeah, and I'm trying to resolve the fact that, hey, just make contact with the ball. Don't try to kill it. Just play golf. And when I play golf, I enjoy it. It's when I go out and try to beat the golf course.
Yeah, because that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, but that's when I'm just like,
Mr. Juna, it's the only game that you can only play. You can't win. Is that what he said?
Yeah, it's the only game you can play that you just can't win. But I'm sure everybody's tired of our golf scores.
So? Yeah. I think they're hanging on the thread.
Yeah, hey, we play at the links Saturdays and Sundays, except this Saturday and Sunday Rob won't get to. Usually tee off about 9, so if y'all want to,
come out, ride in the cart. It's okay if every now and then you say, good shot, Shankopotamus. Yeah. To Terry. You got to say it's Terry then.
Or do you want a beer? I mean,
yeah, those things are acceptable.
Those are acceptable. But for some reason, I'm still sitting here reading about the women in the PGA.
Where'd it go?
Well, like I said, we're in the number 26 total defense. Let's end it up here talking about the defense. What are we in?
So did you say we're ranked 28th?
26th.
Nationally, 26th?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Rushing defense. What are we on the rushing defense?
I remember a time when we would have gave to be ranked 20.
And we all said if we had in the top 25 defense, we'd be undefeated and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what the hell? We're sitting here losses to Kansas State and Iowa State. We're the number 13 rushing defense. And passing defense.
I'm sure it's not as good, but still probably decent.
Passing yards allowed.
But, I mean, outside of Tech, we really haven't played a whole lot of passing teams. Erlinger's not going to beat you with his arm.
Yeah.
And Purdy did pretty good, but, the Kansas State team, they're not going to beat you throwing the ball, I don't think. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
I don't even find us in
we shouldn't have had those 2 losses, and you know it. I mean, I don't know, for whatever reason, they weren't ready to play. They weren't ready to play together. I don't know. There was a lot of question marks about, stuff. So I think they're falling into place right now, though. I think
stupid COVID. That's what it is. It's COVID.
Yeah. Well, here's what I hate is we're playing Kansas, right? So we're probably not all that amped up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're off, and then we got Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
So it might be,
And I think Oklahoma State's off next week, too. So everybody gets a week off before that game. So,
if we were coming off of a big, high-powered game, I don't know. I guess the same can be true. Is it, it could take the wind out of your sails, or it could put the wind in. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, mark this one up in the win column. I think we're like 28-point favorites or something like that, or 38-point favorites, something ridiculous.
We'll probably cover that.
Yeah, in the first half, and then
we'll see Mordecai fairly early, I would say.
Yeah, well, I think he came in about halfway through the third, I guess.
I think it was after the first series in the third.
Yeah. wasn't very long. So, but anyway, folks, that's the podcast for today. Remember, get Toby's book, Unhitch the Wagons, The Story of Boomer and Sooner, available at Homeland Stores, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and loves travel stops across Oklahoma. And when the new shirts come out, or they get more shirts, we'll let you know. Remember, we're going to be giving away that that book, but you got to have a T-shirt to win. So that's a podcast. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.